There's a strange silence in the smartphone world right now, the calm before Samsung drops something massive. Because behind closed doors, the Galaxy S26 Ultra is quietly shaping up to be the most polished, most calculated move Samsung has made in years. Not because it's doing something wild or experimental, but because it's doubling down on what actually works and making it better than ever. Hey everyone, welcome back. SAM here! If you love deep dive tech breakdowns and honest updates on upcoming flagships, make sure to like this video, share it with your fellow tech lovers, and subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Now, let's get into the Galaxy S26 Ultra, because there's a lot happening behind the leaks that you probably haven't heard yet. Let's start with something surprising. Samsung isn't going for shock value this time. Instead, they're chasing perfection. The S26 Ultra isn't here to reinvent the wheel, it's here to make the wheel smoother, faster, and smarter. Every leak, every tiny design tweak is part of a bigger story, one where refinement takes center stage over revolution. And that's where it gets really interesting. From the outside, the S26 Ultra looks familiar, but not identical. The design team clearly went through dozens of prototypes to get this one right. The first thing you'll notice is the new raised camera island. Gone are those separate floating lenses from the last few models. Samsung has unified them under one bold, sculpted design. It looks clean, futuristic, and instantly recognizable. The trade-off, a tiny wobble when it's on a desk. But that's the kind of detail Samsung seems willing to live with for the sake of style. Speaking of refinement, the phone's body is slightly slimmer this year, just 7.9 mm thick. But don't let that number fool you. The new aluminum frame not only makes the device lighter, but also improves heat management, which could be crucial when that new Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 starts flexing its power. It's a smart, balanced move, one that sacrifices bragging rights for actual performance stability. And yes, that titanium experiment from last year, Samsung seems to be dialing it back. Aluminum dissipates heat better, costs less, and feels cooler in the hand. Combine that with smoother edges and rounded corners, and you've got a phone that finally feels as comfortable as it looks premium. Small changes, big difference. Now, let's talk cameras, because that's where everyone's attention is. Samsung isn't overhauling the camera system, but it's fine-tuning it with surgical precision. The main star remains the 200-megapixel sensor, but this time, it's reportedly a larger Sony-made unit. Bigger sensor means more light, richer colors, and better separation between subject and background, even without portrait mode. Then there's the 50-megapixel ultra-wide lens, the 200-megapixel zoom lens, and the same 12-megapixel selfie shooter. Sounds familiar? Yes. But rumor has it Samsung may bring back something we haven't seen since the Galaxy S9 variable aperture. If that actually happens, this phone could handle extreme low light and harsh sunlight with the same smooth precision, automatically adjusting like a DSLR camera in your pocket. The S Pen, though, is sparking debate. It's staying, but losing Bluetooth features. That means no remote camera shutter tricks or air gestures. The upside, it feels better. Samsung redesigned the button with a slight curve, a subtle nod to the old Note series that longtime fans will definitely appreciate. It's simpler, more classic, and honestly, more reliable. And then there's the display. Every year Samsung claims to make its screens brighter, but this time it might actually shock people. We're talking up to 3,000 nits of peak brightness with a brand new OLED panel made from M14 materials. That's laptop-level brightness on a smartphone. But here's where it gets even cooler. There's talk about Samsung experimenting with something called Flex Magic Pixel technology. Basically, the screen can automatically adjust viewing angles and contrast using AI. Meaning, if someone next to you tries to peek at your phone, the pixels subtly shift to protect your privacy. It's like a built-in privacy filter without the filter. Battery life isn't getting bigger, still 5,000 mAh, but Samsung's focusing on optimization. Efficiency from the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 and One UI 8 could easily give this phone longer life than last year's model. Charging too might finally take a step forward. Reports suggest 60W wired charging could replace the current 45W, and with Qi 2 support on wireless charging, accessories are about to get a serious upgrade too. Now about One UI 8. This one's shaping up to be Samsung's smartest software update yet. Expect tighter integration with Google's Gemini AI and Samsung's own Galaxy AI suite. You'll be able to summarize calls, translate texts in real time, and even have your phone suggest edits for photos before you open the gallery. It's less about adding flashy features and more about understanding you. And for those wondering about performance, the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 is already breaking records in leaked benchmarks. Up to 3.74 GHz clock speeds and a 30% graphics boost mean this thing is ready for console-level gaming and ultra-fast app switching. Add 20 GB of LPDDR4X RAM, Wi-Fi 7, and Bluetooth 5.4, and you've got one of the most future-proof smartphones of 2026. The release timeline is where things get spicy. While Samsung usually waits until January for its big unpacked event, several insiders claim this year could be different. The S26 Ultra might drop earlier than expected, possibly December, right in the middle of the holiday shopping season. If true, that would be Samsung's boldest move in years, directly challenging Apple's dominance at the most competitive time of the year. So here's the real question. Is the Galaxy S26 Ultra a must upgrade? If you're using the S23 or S24 Ultra, you might not need it. But if you're craving the perfect mix of refinement, camera power, and AI smarts, this might just be the most complete Android phone of 2026. Samsung isn't trying to shock anyone this time. Instead, it's quietly setting a new benchmark for what a truly balanced flagship looks like. Because sometimes the most impressive upgrades aren't the loudest. They're the smartest. And the Galaxy S26 Ultra might just prove that subtle evolution can be just as powerful as radical change.